Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to the video. So yesterday I had a super chat that I didn't see, and thankfully after the live stream, James Windsor Smith, my moderator, he said, "Hey, when you were in Photoshop, you missed SKETCHCRAFT's $10 super chat." So first off, SKETCHCRAFT, I apologize. When I'm in Photoshop, I can't see it, and even though I'm following on my phone, if it moves past, like I might miss it. And anyway, so you mentioned this. I'm going to read your super chat right now. In fact, it says my favorite Todd issue is Spider-Man number 15, the X-Force issue versus Juggernaut. It's actually 16. 15 is a fill-in issue, but 16 is Todd's last issue of Spider-Man. And the widescreen landscape aspect ratio is incredibly cinematic. And then he asks, "What is your favorite Todd piece or issue?" I mean, I think that this is a really good choice. I don't know if I have a favorite issue of all of them. I kind of agreed with what Shelby said. Is a lot of times I'll think that earlier in the run I'm gonna like the issues better. This is talking Amazing Spider-Man, but really he really starts to pick up steam after 300, and that's where you really start to see like McFarlane kind of on like 11. But I think that this is a great issue, so I was like, you know what, let's just do it as a quick 10-minute video and look at this issue. So as he said, SKETCHCRAFT, it's a sideways issue. So people that are familiar with Todd's work will know this, but yeah, and although I do believe that at this point Todd kind of knew he was leaving Marvel, I would imagine. I remember him saying in an interview that he was getting bounced back on certain things, the way that he drew things, the level of violence or activity and stuff that was in the book, and he was kind of over it. He was over a few things, merchandise that had his art on it, and they wouldn't even send him a copy of, like a shirt. So things were sort of mounting for him. And man, this cover is really cool. Great Spider-Man pose. Man, that is a really good Spider-Man pose. He really that's so great. But yeah, I get it. I still love the Marvel characters. We're gonna go in order since this isn't that long of a book. But I mean, this was 1990 that he was working on this. I mean, it may, by the time he got to this issue, it may have been 91, but he started at 1990, I believe, and it's a long time ago, 30, 32, 33 years ago now. It's pretty crazy. The hand's nice. He really does good hands, to be honest. Like, I was remarking that he had really good fists in the other issue, and he like I kind of wonder if like he studied Bridgman for his hands, because his hands, not all of them that we're gonna see, because Todd's definitely got his own McFarlane hands, we'll call them. Like, these don't really look like Bridgman, but sometimes when he does like Spider-Man's fist, it really does look like a Bridgman fist to me, or he's riffing off someone who maybe studied Bridgman. So special assist on this one by Mr. Rob Liefeld. Cyan, that's his daughter. It's cute. People like that was Shelby pointed out something really interesting that I never knew is Wanda's name, kind of peeking in there. That's his wife. Todd would put like a little number by his name when he would sign. I think it was the covers, and I guess that was how many spiders he hit on the cover. I don't know if he did it for the Spider-Man run or Amazing Spider-Man, but I thought that was pretty cool. I never knew that little tidbit of information, but Todd's a cheeky guy, right? He's got all kinds of little twists and turns he gives you. It's comics. It should be fun. Oh, that's right. This is the one with the World Trade Center, like, getting all smashed up. Todd was a prophet. So we got Juggernaut looking all cool with that classic McFarlane inking that's all gritty and stuff like that. I apologize, the scans are a little pixelated. I don't know where my comic is to grab it out right now, so digital file was gonna save the day. Get this super chat righted. Oh, and Kelsey actually texted me literally as I picked up my phone and I was like, oh shoot, he hasn't written me back yet. And I started to prep this video, and I swear like 60 seconds later he texted me. It was really funny timing. But we're we're doing Super Fun Sunday tomorrow. We've got a really cool concept, and I can say what it is. I won't say who the artists are, but we're gonna pick 4 European graphic novels, or graphic novels, we'll call them, like, you know, the Uber album type stuff, and we're gonna spotlight 4 different artists and possibly have like an honorable mention category with some other stuff that it's incredible that we maybe don't have the full book right now to show. So it should be a really, really good show. It's gonna be very inspiring. Just the art I've seen that he and I have together right now, it's already kick-ass, and it's still kind of forming as we speak. He could be waiting for a reply text right this moment as I'm shooting this, but I had to make sure to get this video up for everyone. And honestly, this is kind of cool because I wanted to get back to doing some regular videos for the channel too, so that not everything is a live stream. Because I don't really know if everybody finds the live streams, to be honest. I don't even hashtag them. They go up. They're not monetized, and that's how they go. But I think if I continued my channel like that, it could be a bad idea. Complete, like, across the board. I need to at least have the tags and stuff on the videos. So anyway, this character is so wacky, but I kind of like him. How many of you collected Todd, or not Todd, Liefeld's X-Force? I didn't collect it because it was before I was collecting comics, but I do own them and I have a pretty big run, if not all, the New Mutant stuff too. Actually, I think I have 2 first appearances of Deadpool, and they're in great shape too. I have first appearance of Cable. Got all kinds of things. That's me thinking about my comic book collection now. My collection isn't really that great compared to like most people's, probably. A lot of the stuff I got from buying other people's collections, because again, I didn't collect it this time. So you know, you're at the mercy of like how well did they take care of their books, which is never a good spot to be. I never really invested in old comics. I mean, I would buy expensive back issues, not like ridiculously expensive, but like Amazing Spider-Man stuff I would pick up occasionally. But at the time, I didn't. My store only had what they had, so if they had something that I wanted, you know, you paid what they asked for it. I didn't really know about. I mean, CGC didn't exist back then, although I think graded comics were still a thing. There we go. Would be really creepy if he actually had them fall the way that they fell. Like, that would be really, really weird. Like, Todd, what did you do? Alright. His Juggernaut, like, his eyes are so big, it's funny. I need to get me a pair of those boots. Oh, this Wednesday, I think this Wednesday, I'm gonna go on a YouTube show with Eric Canetti, Matteo Scalera, and Sean Crystal. So that should be really cool. He didn't send me a link yet, but let me see. I took a screenshot of the channel. Let me see. Do I have it here? Oh, maybe not. I thought I had a screenshot of the channel. But I'll let everyone know because I'll probably do a video on Monday or Tuesday before anyway. It's early for me. It's 8 a.m. my time. I'll probably just stay up all night. No, I'm just kidding. This is trippy. This reminds me of... He was definitely vibing on Bisley, because this is kind of Bisley-esque. That's really, really trippy. I spotted some Bisley in his stuff a few issues before this, when we were looking at the black and whites, and I said to Shelby, I go, oh, that's really weird. I never noticed Simon Bisley in Todd's work, but now I'm seeing it for a second time. That, you know what that means? When there's smoke, if there's smoke, there's fire. When I see two, I know that it's probably something that he was into a little bit, which is cool. I like Bisley too. In fact, when I'm going in my mind, if I'm thinking gritty comic book art, there's like a small handful of people that I'll think of that like draw like more sloppy or more aggressively, and Bisley is always one of them. You know, where you go like, oh man, I need to get some of that oomph that Bisley has. I think what it is you have to drink like 7 pints of some sort of crazy, you know, UK beer, listen to some heavy metal, drive a motorcycle, and then it just naturally comes out. Maybe get into a bar fight. That could be the cherry on top. The armor is like me. It's like seeing this is like me at home trying to figure out like how lighting really works on like chrome armor. McFarlane just literally throwing like it's just like shit everywhere, like swirly designs. It makes no sense. Each piece of armor is just like whatever. It's so funny. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it makes you go, okay, maybe I am overthinking this a little bit, because you just put some swirly shapes all over stuff with a little bit of like sort of form, and it'll be fine. The colorist isn't. I mean, I'm not knocking the colorist, but what I was gonna say is the colorist isn't really helping a lot, because there's like I'm trying to figure out if there's even like light on anything, or if it's just color. I mean, he's got some light here. Yeah, it's kind of trippy. And the gun is like this color. The gun is kind of reflecting light on him here, but anyway. Okay, what do we got? That's awesome. His teeth are like literally like coming out of his like jaw. He looks like he's made of like rubber, and like someone squeezed his abdomen really hard, and it's like pushing the plastic that would be like the teeth and the actual jaw itself like out of his mouth, like he's a toy or something. This one's a little more solid. Oh, she's scratching his arm, or she's lifting him. I don't know what's going on. This is a nice pose. All right, just a few more, and then we'll wrap this up. But yeah, I wanted to get this up. I thought, you know what, this is a good reason to just even do it. This is a really nice figure, man. This is great. Nice chunky hands. It's funny because this will happen to me sometimes, and Todd actually did a really good job of it. Is you'll come up with like a pose, and so you'll have like a character like Juggernaut like this, and you know you want the hand on the head. So you get the hand on the head, and people that pencil will know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you got this arm, and now you got to figure out what you're going to do with this hand. Like, what pose is this hand going to be in? And this is probably similar to what I would go for. But man, sometimes figuring out what to do with the second arm or hand can be a real nightmare. Because it's like, you're like, man, if I put it backwards, that doesn't make any sense, and it wouldn't be in front of his body, or it wouldn't be like, you know, like you can't do a fist for every hand gesture that, you know, you don't want to overthink. It's a funny dilemma to like face. Get the ad. These are always kind of fun. Like, I mean, I don't know, we won't look at it right now, but oh, Larry Stroman, Mark Silvestri, Marv Wolfman, Capullo. Wow, it's like a who's who in here. Lee Weeks, John Romita Jr. Interesting. Little did Marvel know that, like, seriously, within probably a month or two of this book coming out, the shit was going to hit the fan big time. As they were about to lose, like, 6 or 7 of their best artists. Capullo stuck around. I think Lee Weeks did too. Sylvester was gone. Strowman went to Image. It's pretty interesting. Time capsule. Here he's with his crazy face again. Oh, and the towers are coming down. Kaploom. It's a nice kind of a Tomo Akira-ish like explosion there, which I know Todd's a fan of too. You know, man, hopefully one day I get to interview Todd. I'll do an interview for the ages with Todd. First I'll let him promote, get it out of his system. Then I'm going to take him back. Take him back on the journey, but I'm going to ask him questions he's never been asked. I think he would do it. I think he would do it. He seemed to like me at Comic-Con. I met him briefly, and we talked, and it was like, I mean, he meets a million people. He's a very, very nice guy. But I don't know. We'll see. I think Ryan Benjamin knows him. This is nice. Oh, man, it's good. Great hand. Cool wrist. It's quite long, but it works for me. Spider-Man's kind of supposed to be a little creepy. So there you go. Todd McFarlane, Spider-Man, the last issue that he did, 16. And it's an interesting issue. I would assume that most of you probably have it, and if not, you probably could get it for a pretty affordable price. To be honest, I don't think that it would be that expensive, and I could be wrong, but you know, at the very least, get it in like low grade, like, you know, where if like the cover is a little dinged up or something like that, because the inside of the book, then you won't be scared to look at it. You know, you'll be able to look at it and handle it, and not be like freaking out that you're gonna ruin some near mint book. So sometimes those middle grade books are actually funner to own, not as lucrative. But all right, so look, I'll be back tomorrow for Super Fun Sunday, and it's gonna be super fun. It's in the title. So, all right, I'll see you guys in like less than 24 hours. I used to like that. That's funny. When I would watch Arsenio Hall, he would always say, "I'll see you in 23 hours," and I found that comforting for some weird reason. I was like, all right, I've got a plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna come home from college and I'm gonna watch Arsenio Hall at 11 o'clock. So there you go. I'll see you guys in, well, actually less. So I'm gonna see you guys in. Let's see how many hours it would be. 19 hours and like 30 minutes. Wait, I just saw an X that wasn't filled in black. Where was it? Did I see it, or was it tripping? Hold on, let me see. Now I want to find it. I think it was this. This right here was the shape that I saw. I swear I saw an X that wasn't filled in. Or was it Rich? Find it. I wasn't looking at my computer screen, and I looked back and I saw it. I think it was this shape right here. Yeah, I don't see it now. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys in 19 hours and 30 minutes. Or no, I guess it would only be 18 hours and 50 minutes. All right, later.